especially when you have the same name and you're from the same city. You have the same favorite band.
It is weird.
You're
It's I was trying to
the
explain that to
parallels
somebody.
are uncanny.
They really are. I was explaining that to somebody the other day, like on the channel,
Yeah.
and when I mentioned you, I said, "Yeah,
I,
the other Randy from Houston," and they were like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "Never mind, dude. Like, we're the same person essentially." What's up, everybody? How you doing? Welcome
what?
back to the Punk Rock Review podcast. We have like a little lag going on in our connectivity, so this is going to be interesting. But this is my homie Randy Rost with Roadside Union. I've known this guy for over 20 years, so we're going to hang out and talk a little bit about punk rock and life and touring and all that shit. So what's up, Randy? How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, man. How about you?
Same stuff every day, man. Trying to make it. Trying to figure out where my next meal is going to come from. Essentially, at this point, man, fucking getting fired and stuff. But it's all right, man. I'll figure it out.
I feel that. Yeah, I feel that. I've definitely been through that a lot.
Yeah, it's funny because we've known each other for a long time, and it's one of those things where when you know somebody, anybody, it could be anybody, but when you know them for so long, it's interesting when they tell you like, "Oh, I've been going through some stuff." Like you immediately know that they know exactly what you mean, especially when you're in this kind of
Yeah,
circle, like when we're in this lifestyle, this community, and
definitely. Yeah, because
So
we're facing the same problems, and
yeah,
especially when you have the same name and you're from the same city. You have the same favorite band.
it is weird.
You're
It's I was trying to
the
explain that to
parallels
somebody.
are uncanny.
They really are. I was explaining that to somebody the other day, like on the channel,
Yeah.
and when I mentioned you, I said, "Yeah,
I,
the other Randy from Houston," and they were like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "Never mind, dude. Like we're the same person essentially, like my doppelganger."
I I can't prove it, but I'm pretty sure that we had the same first girlfriend too.
Holy shit!
I asked you about it a while ago, but I mean, there's just too many. There's just too
Dude,
many questions.
that's that's hilarious.
We both got handlers.
Yeah, right. We
Like,
need them. Fucking, we need
we're
them.
part of like some CIA thought experiment.
Yo, that wouldn't surprise me at all. I was talking to Tom DeLong about that, and he said that aliens were coming after us, and fucking, I think he's right. By the way, fucking dude, that fucking guy, that dude's out of his mind. Hey, so okay, this is a. I want to hear about Roadside Union. So tell me y'all's story because I knew about the project, but I didn't know it had been going on for so long. So like, give me the backstory of Roadside Union. Tell me what's going on with you guys, when you started, what happened, and what's happening in the
Uh,
near future.
well, I guess it started back kind of maybe you could take it back as far as like the Black Market Syndicate days. I had started writing some songs that just didn't quite fit the mold for Black Market, and things were changing in everybody's lives in that band, and I wanted to kind of crank it up a notch, and try to do more, but everybody else kind of wanted to slow down. And so we had recorded an EP and shots. We did like a little bit of a tour and like shot some music video, and then we kind of broke up. But I still kept writing songs, and man, a lot of I moved out of Houston for a while, and I ended up meeting a some new friends up in the Dallas area, and we just kind of clicked instantly, started jamming a lot. And then I moved again and moved out to the West Coast, and found my way back to Houston. I got married, and some really wild life experiences happened, man. I We had 2 kids. I have a 5-year-old daughter and a 2-year-old son. You know as well as I do, that's the most incredible thing that can happen to anybody, you know.
Very much, yes.
But my wife ended up having some severe medical diagnosis. She had 2 forms of stage 3 breast cancer. And fortunately, I don't know how I ended up with like a job that had decent enough health insurance, and she got into MD Anderson and got it all knocked out. And but during that time, I was driving trucks all night long, and you can only listen to so many podcasts and listen to your favorite songs so many times before you're just like, oh, okay, I gotta do something else. And I started just singing, you know, singing out my idea, my thoughts, and I was like, man, these are kind of good ideas for songs. So I like just hit record on my phone, and like when I'd get home, I'd listen to the idea again and pick up my guitar and fuck around with it, and then record. And then I was like, hey, call up my friends up in Rockwall. What do you think of this? And they're like, dude, we gotta record this. We gotta record this now, yesterday.
Nice.
And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna take your word for it. And yeah, that's how it kind of started back up again, you know, because it was a pretty big lull for a while. I wasn't doing anything really music related, and
Sure.
now it's kind of stepping back into that that character again. You know, like I was kind of I've worn a lot of hats, you know, in my life,
Right.
and love music though. You can't get rid of that. You know, you never really lose it. You know.
I would say that if you did lose it, that would be like to the detriment of your health, both mental and physical. Personally, I would think so, because if you lose that, you lose direction.
It's man, that guitar, man, it's a lot of things. It's like a best friend, a bartender, a therapist, a pastor. Like, I mean, it's like everything.
That's
I
exactly
mean,
what I use this
you can sit
microphone for.
down yeah, man, you can just sit down and confess all your sins to it, you know, basically, and walk away feeling a little bit less heavy, you know?
Right. Bro, so for people that are uninitiated to the career of Randy Rost, you've been around a long time. You've been playing music a long time. And I don't know when you did. I can't remember the dates because I'm, 11 years sober, and I did a lot of stuff in my 20s. So,
That's
yeah, thank you, man. Yeah, I can't, I'm either all in or all out, and I have to be all out at this point. So I just stepped away from that lifestyle. This is why I didn't go to shows for like 6-7 years, because I couldn't be around my friends because they were all drinking beer all the time, and like they weren't like asking me to do it, but I just couldn't be around it because I
right.
have no self-control, dude. Like when I have a beer, it turns into a
You
I
don't
don't
do
even
that
like
right
beer.
now.
I don't even like beer, bro. And I'll drink
Yeah.
a whole case of it and be like fucked up. And then the next day I gain a bunch of weight. I feel like crap. And it's just, dude, I don't need that in my life, especially with the kids around, you know. And but my point
Yeah.
was is that I can't remember when you did Deathbed Repentance, but I still listen to that CD that you gave me. The one that's got blues and the
Yeah,
car on
that's
it.
a while ago. Yeah, man. Shit, that was that we started getting together and practicing for that probably like in '04. I
Okay.
probably had
That's
started writing songs for that like in '03, something like that. I know it was shortly after I graduated high school. It was in I graduated in 2002, and honestly, there's probably some songs I was strumming around on even then, you know. But I think we played our first show in 2005 at Walters on Washington.
let's
And
go. Man, I miss that place.
yeah, right across from Mary Jane Fat Cat, you know.
Yep.
And you know, it's just, you know, it started how it normally does. You know, we played like a DIY venue like Southmore House.
Yeah.
What else?
Dude. That's that Houston shit, dude.
Fitzgerald's.
Oh man, R.I.P. Fitzgerald.
Yeah, dude. Meridian, the Oven, Oxbloods, all that stuff. And then I think like in 2007 is when we put out, like we went into the Sound Arts, I think was the studio. It was the same studio 30 Foot Fall recorded Ever Revolving, Never Evolving.
Good record.
And it was like over in like in Long Point, over by like Spring Branch, you know.
Oh, okay. That's
And
over
we
by
recorded
my
that.
record store.
It was the same studio that Ghetto Boys recorded all their shit at.
What? That's
Yeah.
awesome, dude. That's
Yeah,
bad.
and we picked it because they had a. I was like a really like I was a lot more of a purist snob when back in those days when it came to music. They were like the only studio I could find in town that had an analog reel-to-reel 2-inch tape machine.
I mean, that
And
shit is awesome.
we recorded. Yeah, like it was no joke. It sounded really cool. I mean, now I have to like concede, like you can do so much damage with so little gear these days.
No,
it's like, oh, go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I didn't want to interrupt. My thought was that like, dude, so many young artists don't even understand the amount of ease that they can just create albums and albums and albums and singles and art and covers and shirts. Dude, the other day I just decided, okay, I'm gonna stop screen printing my own gear because I just simply don't have the time to do it. And within like an hour, I had a shirt up online for ready for purchase. I mean, I designed it; it's my design, but like, I was like, holy shit! Like, dude, back in the day,
like
a shirt.
drop
No,
suit
that's weeks and weeks of work to get a shirt done.
Yeah, you have to like put the emulsion all over the silk screen, and you have to make sure that there's not like any light coming into the room. Yeah, like fuck all that. Like I've done all that, and squeegeed on shirts before like a tour, like the night before tour, and like to make sure we had like extra, like no.
But like, yeah, the younger generation doesn't, and I mean, whatever. I'm not like one of those old guys. It's like, oh, you kids, but they don't really. I don't think they understand how hard it used to be to get. Let's say, just let's talk about like a 7-inch, right? Let's say 3 songs, 1 long one on the front and 2 short ones on the back, or whatever. They don't understand how hard that used to be just to get that stuff recorded. Like now, it's still you can still take your time and you can still use old equipment. But if you really wanted to, you can just record 3 songs, put it on Spotify, put it on Bandcamp, start playing shows, start making your money back, and start saving up to put out a record or go on tour. It's not necessarily going to be overnight, but it's not difficult like it used to be. I don't know. Maybe I am an old man.
Yeah, I mean, like to make it like effective back in the day, you had to like go to like 7 different places. Different place for your jackets, and different place to get your mother and your stamper plate made. I think it was a place in Colorado that did it. Aardvark, I think, was the name of it, and then you'd send it to UI, I think was the name. UA, I think was the. Yeah, I don't know, to do like the actual vinyl duplication. Like there's a lot of stuff that goes into it.
I just started working on my first 7-inch. That's like solo project, not my music, but like on my label. And bro, like it's a lot of work. And when they told me, like, I went to talk to some people. I'm not gonna say who yet. I'm not gonna. The information's still private, but the manufacturer was like, yeah, we can do your plates, we can do your artwork, we can glue everything together. And I was like, what? And they're like, we'll give you a quote, you'll have them ready to go. And I was like, yeah, well, can I do my own inserts? They were like, we can do open top poly bags, bro. You can drop your inserts in there, you can put stickers, whatever you want. And I was like, what? And I remember I didn't put out vinyl back then. I did CDs back in the early 2000s, but I had a friend that did some vinyl. And like you said, everything was here and then go there and then send this shit there. And it was literally like 8 months before he could put the record out. He had the music done in January. Whoa. By like July, August, he might have the record. Now it's like 10, 12 weeks.
Yeah, I can't remember what the turnaround was when I've done it. I know that like when I'm looking through like, going through my feed and stuff, you get like hit with all the ads and everything. And I've been seeing like one pop up saying like cut your vinyl in 6 weeks, something like that.
6 weeks sounds sketchy to me.
Yeah, they must have either have no business or or they're some fast working dudes. I don't know.
Check it out. 2007, broski. That's what it says on the back.
Oh, damn. That's my mom's Cutlass Supreme.
Dude, I had a 83 Chrysler New Yorker that looks incredibly similar to that.
In a Sterling Court apartment complex off of Jones Road.
That's fucking awesome, dude. Come on, Jones Road. Sioux Cypress, stand up. People in Northwest Houston, boy.
Yeah.
Hey, what was the name of that
Cypress
big-ass dude that
rules,
played with you? I think he played bass. That big, tall, giant jack dude.
Yeah, that was it was Gasper Hernandez.
That was Gasper. Yeah, he was cool. Or at least he was to me.
Yeah, he's I don't know what he's doing now. I think he's doing pipe fitting, stuff like that.
Okay. Dude, all punk rockers either go to like bartending, service industry, or like some kind of like offshore oil work.
Yeah, I did. I was on an oil rig for like right before my daughter was born. I did it for a little while, and yeah, that shit's no joke, dude. Like,
it seems miserable.
Your hands are gonna contort to claws. You know, like when you end up working on the rig floor. Just doing shit. I mean, you have to kind of like wake up every morning and like give yourself 30 minutes just to get your hands working again.
A bunch of my buddies would tell me stuff like that. Hey, random question. Do you have any copies of this CD? Because this one is the one that I had pre-Hurricane Harvey. It's got a little bit of water damage on the jacket, but the disc is fine. But I wanted to get this uploaded to my channel.
Yeah, man. I got some in. Yeah, I can definitely get you a copy or two.
Dude, I mean, I'll buy them from you, man. I will put one in the store just to have the homie stuff in there.
Maybe only one because I think I only have two. But I can get you a copy for sure.
If you, I mean, I'll pay for it. I want to get it on the channel. Is that okay with you if it's up on the channel?
Yeah, for sure, dude.
I figured, but I want people to hear this, bro, because this is like, okay, we always tell me how you feel about this, man. Like when we're talking punk rock history and stuff, we always hear about like these California guys, these New York guys, these Boston dudes, Philly, all this stuff, Detroit, and you hear about, oh man, this guy's first band was, this is this old demo from this guy that we all love now. And I feel like, dude, in Houston, we don't have a lot of that, and we don't have a lot of people that are willing to like put it out there. And I was thinking, like,
the thing is, like, yes, for whatever reason, like, I mean, yeah, there was not like such a national notoriety, you know, of band, but there were those bands. Like, I mean, Tell Me Will to Live wasn't just as good as I mean, like as any of their, like, you know, their peers, you know, or 30 Foot Fall, or
30 Foot Fall.
Yeah, I mean, they're just so.
Bro.
I mean, they were my first local Houston show, dude. My first show was Lollapalooza. Yeah, in Dallas with the Red Hot Ramones, and
that was your first show?
Rancid, and I didn't know who either of them were. I was like 10 years old.
Dude, hold on. Seriously, was that really your first show?
Yeah.
Hold on one second.
I wasn't even supposed to go.
I'm about to blow your fucking mind. Hold on 1 second. Don't move. Hold on. Holy shit. That was also my first show. How fucking weird is that? Dude.
Where are the uncanny similarities going? Holy, what the? Yeah, I totally remember that.
Bro,
I didn't have one. I didn't get one of those, but I totally remember seeing that same exact that same bill. That's from that tour? Dude, you know what? Another friend of mine had that same shirt too. Yeah, another friend of mine, I had met him like a couple years later in high school. He had that same shirt with the dates on the back. Man, that's wild, dude.
Bro, you just blew my fucking mind with that. Dude, that was crazy. What you said is like, that means that our names are the same. Our favorite band's the same. Our first girlfriend was the same. We have the same Rancid tattoo, and we yeah, look.
Well, yeah, this is gonna be we gotta make this the thumbnail.
Dude, it's so ridiculous, man. Like the shit we have in common. It's like, and that was our first show together. That's so crazy because I'm a little bit older than you. So like I'm 42. You're 40 or 39?
40.
40. So I'm a couple years older than you.
I'll
So
be
like
41 and I'll be 41 on New Year's Eve.
oh wow, New Year's Eve is your birthday? So I'm almost 2 years exactly
Yeah.
older. I turned 43 in March, so I'm like almost 2 years exactly. So
Nice.
like we just have like an absurd amount of like stuff in common. Like I don't it's weird, dude. Our names are the same. Our favorite band's the same. We came up with the great same city, same tattoo, same girlfriend, same first show. That's fucking weird, dude.
Yeah. It's nuts. Totally nuts, man.
Dude, I couldn't believe it when you said that was your first show. I was like, what?
So back to 30-foot fall, my first girlfriend, who I think might have been your someone you dated too. I don't know if it was your first girlfriend, but it was a chick named Alexis. She worked at Sam Goody in the Willowbrook Mall.
I vaguely remember that.
Plaid punk rock bondage pants. She had like short.
I am fairly confident that's the person that I'm thinking of right now.
Yeah. But anyway, like I ended up at a show with her at Fitzgerald's, see 30-foot fall. I think it was 30-foot fall and Bickley and Middle Finger.
Dude, I just got a bunch of Bickley and Middle Finger stuff at the shop.
Yeah. And yeah, it was, I mean, that was just like, man, I just saw like Rancid and the Ramones, and now I'm like seeing this band. It was a while between shows, but because I was like young, my mom was like, I don't want you going down in the freaking heights, like
right. Dude, my uncle, when I was like 15, I went out to I don't talk to my uncle because of this. I never spoke to him again after this. I went out to Westheimer and like Montrose area where all the gay folks used to hang out, right? It was like the gay district or whatever, right? But they had all the thrift stores out there. And I went out there shopping with all my like 90s punk friends. And back then it was like an amalgamation of stuff. Like you'd have alternative kids with grunge kids with punk kids. We all kind of just hung out together, right? And we would go out there, and I was looking for plaid pants to start tearing up, and they were looking for whatever they were looking for. But we would go down to this area, and we had this I don't know, it's a pretty in hindsight, it's a pretty thrown off situation. But we had this dude that would hang out with us, and he was like dating one of my friends, and yeah, he was like, yeah, it was messed up. But my uncle was like, where'd you go? And I told him, I said, I went down to Montrose to go thrift store shopping. And he's like, man, I don't want you going down there and hanging out with all them queers and stuff. And I was like, whoa. And I said, hey, man, my buddy's he's gay, man. You can't talk like that. And this is in like 1997, dude. And I was like a kid, man. And he's like, well, I don't want you going down there. You're gonna become one of them. And I was like, bro, I already am one of them. What are you talking about, man? Like, I'm a weird guy, bro. Like,
weirdo.
Yeah. And I was like, bro. And I just never talked to him again.
I'm here to freak out the squares,
Bro, but like I just never spoke to him again after that. I'm not, what the fuck, dude? But anyway, sorry. Dude, but this is a Houston conversation right here, boys and girls.
Indeed. But yeah, man, there's a lot of good music that comes from Houston. But yeah, go back to that CD you were talking about. Yeah, that ended up, we put it out ourselves, and nobody, didn't even know what we were doing, at all. Not that we do now, but I back then, Sirius, I think, Sirius XM.
Okay.
This is back in like MySpace days or whatever. MySpace was great. MySpace was great for bands. It was great. Like
that was my first.
It was so easy to book a tour.
Yeah, well, that's how I started doing this. Was on MySpace. I started doing it with like text interviews through. That's how I did Mike McLogan.
Yeah, just the searchability on that. Like you wanted to book a tour, you just figure out your tour trajectory, your route, and just start putting in punk Cincinnati. Like, dude, like you'd find
so easy
from Cincinnati to start messaging, and like boom, you had a show. It's easy. But I saw like a deal for Lars Fredrickson had a radio show called Rancid Radio, and it was like send demos to this address, and I was like, okay, I'll send this in here, and like he played the third track from that album. I think he may have played a couple of songs, but yeah, that was like, I think that opened some doors. Like I could never prove it, but like it was like after that, like I had like Stormy Shepherd emailing asking us to open for them, and you just like other like big things happened from that, like, and we just rode the wave for a while, and we had ups and downs, band members come in and out, and high points and low points, but I'm glad all that time happened. It was a lot of fun shows, and a lot of met a lot of really good friends through the years, and that I still talk to today, and I think that's the nucleus of all this is just the people that you meet,
right,
throughout the whole, your whole journey. It's
yeah.
I mean, some of them you click with, some of them you're like, I don't know.
Oh no,
but
there's plenty of sketch people in this community, and it's sometimes, but I mean, like, punk rock has always been that way. People can say whatever they want about it. It's a safe place. I just never really subscribed to that. It's been a place for the outcasts and the dangerous people, as far as I'm concerned. But I do welcome anybody who wants to come hang out. But like,
yeah, and I haven't. My kids are still 5 and 2. I have no idea how I even feel about them, even ever making it a part of their vocabulary sometimes, just because of you want to protect them,
right.
And there is a lot of self-destructive side of it. There's also some really there's a really great side of it too. But I guess you're always taking a gamble with life, like whatever you're doing,
Well, I mean, if you're not taking chances, you're probably not having very much fun. And if you're not having very much fun, the fuck are you doing, man? You gotta at least try to have some fun.
Right.
Dude, back
yeah,
when
man.
Sorry, back whenever we were younger, man, I used to think you were like a fucking rock star, dude. Like, you knew all kinds of people. I was seeing you do all kinds of shit, man. I think you should definitely look back on your career as something that's worthwhile, man. I'm very proud that you've done the things you've done. And I mean, we're just like friends. It's not like you're my kid or anything, but like, I'm really proud that you've done all this stuff. I'm proud you're still making music.
Thank you, man. I wish I had the high opinion, but maybe it's a good thing I don't, like you in all things stay humble,
you got to stay grounded, that's for sure.
There was I had a lot of fun, and yeah, I definitely look back at a lot of times and think about how blessed I was to get to just be where I was and see do the things I got to do, and do the things I'm doing now. The fact that we still can do this, and, we can go skateboard, or we can do anything. Some people weren't that lucky, and I know a lot
of people.
I
mean, how many people have we lost that we were like friends with that we just died?
Yeah, actually, not this Friday, next Friday, Roadside's putting out our third single, and it's a fast circle pit, short punk rock song, about just that. It's about people that weren't so lucky, but yeah, I'll be interested and it name checks a lot of people. Some of them still living, some of them not, not with us anymore. But I'll be interested to see what your thoughts are on that one.
Oh, I'm very interested to hear that.
but yeah, man, we're just keeping going and putting out new music. Right now, I'm tired right now because I stayed up last night, content creating.
Oh no, dude.
And I'm not really
it's a full-time gig trying to do all this stuff, man.
Yeah, we just just did a bunch of like acoustic videos and did some
Nice
skateboarding shots and stuff, and like I don't know, I'm just doing my best to figure out what throwing something against the wall to see what sticks,
right.
But we obviously you want to get like people to hear something that you're excited about. You want to share it,
Well, that's kind of the thing, is that it's therapeutic for us, but it's also therapeutic for the people that are enjoying it, at least in my experiences.
Right. Yeah, the rest of the band lives up in Dallas and at the moment, and we get together about once a month to practice. But what I've learned about being in a band is you don't want to set expectations too high, especially with like your friends and everything. You just want to be okay, like I like to be able to make it worth everybody's while. I don't want anybody to feel like they've just wasted their time. I'm always really conscious about that. But I
Right.
think we'll be playing some shows within the near future here, and right now we're just kind of raising the songs up the flagpole, see who salutes them, and
Yeah. Well, we're gonna play them on the channel, so
dude, and I appreciate that so much, dude. Like,
no, for
you
sure,
have
bro.
no
That's not
idea.
even
Like, it was like it was just as exciting hearing you play these new songs as it was like hearing Lars play, Heads You Win, Tails I Lose back in the day. Like,
that's
it
fucking
was
crazy to me, but I appreciate that.
put the biggest smile on my face, dude.
Well,
No,
I mean,
there's people that I was just gonna say, man, there's just people in my mind like that are like in the same, that come from the same stock as like it's like when I think of Lars Fredrickson, I think of like you. I think of like another friend of mine, Lindsey Carlson. I don't know if you knew him, or
did he
Brian
ride
Bone.
BMX?
Everybody called him Boner.
Yeah, I know Brian.
Yeah.
Lindsay rode BMX. Dude, I was talking about that fool the other day. Huh.
Oh
That's
shit! I
crazy.
haven't seen him in years. The last time I saw him was like, man, it's 2024. This was probably 2010. I saw him in the pit at Screeching Weasel at Warehouse Live.
Let's go. Dude, that's funny.
Yeah, like, some friends, like, it's like you're cool with them, and like, dude, there's a friend of mine that I talked to the other day. He's going through a lot of the same exact like things that I'm going through right now. I haven't talked to him in 24 years.
Damn.
Yeah, I like knew him in like in ninth grade, dude, and we were really close. He was the first bass player that I ever played with in my first like little garage band. And like we were just like talking. We probably like talked on the phone for like a couple hours. Just like
It'd be like that sometimes,
trading horror stories. And like, yeah, it was wild, man. Dude. Like, but
dude,
that's what it's
funny.
all about, man. Like keeping.
I'm sorry. It's funny that you're talking about like Brian Boner and Lindsay and all them. Like Boner and I, we were friendly, but he was always that like sad sap type. He always was just fucking
really,
always, dude. He was always whining about some girl and fucking drunk all the time. And then me and Lindsay, we just couldn't get along, bro.
Do what?
Me and Lindsay just couldn't get along, bro. We were always butting heads, dude. We were like cordial, but like there was like probably 5 or 6 times where it almost came to blows, dude. We were like sitting there and I'm looking at him like, say one more fucking word, bro. We're gonna have it out right now. And
interesting.
Well, like I mean, at 40 years old, I don't give a shit.
Why don't you like I can share if I may.
Yeah,
I'll share a story about how you and me met.
Go for it.
All right, folks. We were in the parking lot of a tattoo shop, and some girl, started running her mouth to me saying some shit, and I ended up clocking this dude that was friends of Randy here, Randall, and he comes up to me. He's like, "Motherfucker, what the fuck are you doing? Just sucker punching some motherfucker." And I don't know how it like got squelched, but I think we saw that each other had the same Rancid tattoo. That's how I remember it. And then somehow we
okay, so the guy, I was working at that shop. The reason that it got squashed is because I pushed you into the door because I knew that if I got you inside, that if something happened, A, I had people in there, but B, I didn't know if you had like a knife or something, man. I mean, back then we were crazy. So like, I really thought that they were going to be like, yeah, punch him in the face. But when I pushed you in there, he was like, what the fuck are you doing? And I was like, oh shit, I read the room wrong. And so like, we had to just like calm the fuck down because Corey would have beat the shit out of both of us. Like straight up, like he would have whipped both our asses. So I was just like, oh, and then like,
he would have done something, man. And I guarantee one of our next.
Oh, I was just trying to back up my homie is all it really was. And then Benny was like, no, man, look, dude, here's the situation. And then it all kind of just like, once like the facts came to light, it was like, oh, I think we all had this shit wrong. We were like 19-year-old dumbass kids, bro.
Yeah, like absolutely. And we're both lucky because knowing the owner of the show, I'm not going to say, we could have very well ended up with some hidden item in one of our next tattoos.
Oh no, dude, I have told stories that people don't believe me, and I'm telling them, I'm like, you don't understand, bro. I drew the tattoo for the guy. He put it on somebody. I know it exists, and they're like, that's not real. I'm like, yeah, dude, I put wieners and balls all over this dude's Nazi tattoo because he was a fucking douchebag.
I know a girl that had a swastika like hidden into one of her tattoos.
Oh my god, jeez Louise, dude. That's so fucked up, man.
Oh man, it's ridiculous.
Dude, I've seen a lot of like dicks hidden in like backgrounds of skull tattoos and stuff from that guy. Like just big old dicks. And you're like, bro, it's obvious, man. What are you doing? Do you remember when he tattooed that guy's eyebrows and he put like the rock eyebrow on that guy?
Were they like fire?
No, it was like black. The guy had eyebrows like mine, dude. They were blonde, and he fucked up a floor at this dude's house, and Corey had to pay for it. And he was like, if you don't pay me back, I gotta tattoo your face. And the guy was like, I don't have any money, and he let him tattoo his face, and he put like the rock eyebrow on that guy in black, dude.
Oh man, I think I heard about it because do you remember Tracy, big huge tattoo artist?
He did my forearm.
I think he was saying, man, he tattooed this dude's eyebrows and he looked like Bert.
Yeah, bro. Dude, Tracy was cool, man. Shout out Tracy.
Yeah.
But well shit, dude. I got a few more minutes. I just got hit up by Brad Logan. I think he wants to do the show tonight, which I wasn't expecting that today. So but real quick before we get out of here, man, we can do this again if you want. So anytime you got time, let me know. Give me a couple of instances that you played cool shows where you got to meet some rad people, man, and like people that people would know. Like I know you've met a shitload of people in your life.
Man, when I was in for a while, I was playing with Roger Merritt and the Disasters, and we did a tour with Devil's Brigade.
Whoa!
Up the West Coast. That was awesome because I mean it was like eating spaghetti with fucking Freeman every night and just hearing him tell his tales,
Was Pete Sosa playing drums for y'all?
Yeah, he was. And he's
that's my drummer. That's my guy, bro.
Dude, yeah, and Crow's Feet, dude. I remember. Yeah. I mean, we played a show with you back at Jet Lounge. I want to say it was a Jet Lounge.
Was that the one where we opened for Gaslight?
That was at White Swan, but I know we didn't play that. I came to that show, but I like showed up during the middle of Gaslight's
because it was like right when they did Sink or Swim. It was like really early on in their career.
I know that at that show, Alex Rosa, the guitarist,
Oh, for
like just
Gaslight?
gave me a copy of they just put out like the Senior and the Queen 7-inch,
Yeah.
which in long story short, I like put it at I threw it in my room, and I went on tour shortly after that, and we played a show. We played a Warped Tour date in Virginia Beach with where we were playing at like 3 p.m. Gaslight played at like noon, and it was like Gaslight. Then I think I can't remember, but I know it was like 2008 because it was. I know it's Katy Perry, like of all people, was headlining like the Warped Tour that year. She had just done the Kiss a Girl song and stuff, and yeah, and man, Gaslight, they were just such nice dudes. Like,
Yes.
they were really soft spoken and like kind of like just peaceful like guys, you know. And it was kind of bummer because like I was watching, like they had like a smaller crowd, and then we were playing at 3 p.m. So even though nobody knew who we were, there was like a big crowd of people. And then the Briggs played right after us.
Oh, I love the Briggs.
Yeah, and then I think it was like Pennywise, or it was like one of the big bands going on one of the bigger stage after that. But oddly enough, later that year, I got home and finally listened to that Senior and the Queen EP, and I was like, man, these songs are so good. It like made you sick how good they were, you know. And not long after that, I remember it was like December or January of 2009. They were playing on David Letterman, you know, and I was just like, oh, damn, that was a big jump, like right there. Well, and like, but it was
Bruce
like
Springsteen
inspiring
on a song.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like they're like, you know, he's got his number on speed dial, like from what it looks like, man. Like he's I mean, he's he's arrived, like for sure. Like
he's one of my favorite songwriters of all time.
Dude, yeah, Brian Fallon's got he's got it all, man.
Have you heard of that band
Amazing
Catlight from Philly?
No, I don't think I have.
They're like a ska band, but they did a collab with Brian Fallon. It was really strange.
That sounds really strange. Just
yeah.
Tell me, it's like pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
Dude, that's exactly what it would sound like if he actually did a ska song.
Because he always says, and I'm not talking shit, because everybody's got their like little nuances that's their like their fingerprint, you know. But he always does this little melisma with his like vocal melodies that are that's the Figaro. Figaro with the radio on Saturday night. You know what I mean? Like he always does them, and like I almost like can't, when I'm listening to a new Gaslight song, I'm like, okay, I'm waiting for it. Where is it at? Oh, there it is.
Dude, that's the best part of this whole podcast. You doing that was awesome. All right, man, let's wrap this shit up, dude.
I was like super nervous. Like I don't do this kind of stuff, but you know, it's when you're thinking about it, just like talking to a buddy, you know, it's
no, that makes me happy, bro. That made my whole day better.
I'm glad, dude. My whole day is gonna be better after this one, for sure.
Well, let's do it again in a couple of weeks, man.
Sounds like a winner, man. Anytime.
All right. Hey, what's the latest Roadside song so I can play it tonight on the stream?
Oh, the new one that just came out is called Down and Out and Uptown. And it's like a story song, you know. It's just kind of, which I don't think I normally do like a straight up storytelling kind of a song, you know. That I feel like most of the time story songs have been done to death, or they're hard to pull off.
But I like them.
But this one just kind of happened. Yeah, this one kind of happened naturally for me. So I was like, and I swear every word of it's partly true, you know. Like,
let's go.
You know, it's based on actual events, at least.
That's
It's
awesome, dude.
semi-fiction.
Well, hey, before we go, where do you want people to check out Roadside at? Is it on YouTube or Instagram or both? Send me links so I can put them in the description.
It's on all. Sure. Yeah, it's it's Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter. What else? What am I missing? See other. Oh, YouTube. Yeah, all / Roadside Union. And there's also roadsideunion.com. We got a ton of merch, like probably like I think 35 different merch designs and stuff like that. You know,
nice
sweaters, hoodies, t-shirts, hats, all the stuff. But yeah, we'll be putting out a new song every 2 weeks. So it would be like not this Friday, but next Friday. And then every 2 weeks after that, we're going to be putting out a new song.
That's awesome. That's a lot of work.
Hey, it's when you're doing something you love, it's or you never work a day in your life.
No, I 100% feel that, but I also feel like I do a lot of work on the channel.
yeah, it's not exactly true, but hey, man, I'll let you go.
That's
and
all good,
yeah, we'll do this again soon.
Yeah, we'll link up in a couple of weeks, man. If you get a chance to come by the shop and hang out, let's do that too. Otherwise, I'll talk to you soon, bro. Thank you, everybody. Check out Roadside Union. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that shit.
See you later, everybody.
See you next time. Peace.